You can talk whenever you choose to talk. You got it on him now. Is that mic working?
Testing one.
No, go for it.
I'm super nervous, but not because I doubt him. So I just put this ring on his finger, and I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming. And just if it weren't for God, I would have never met him. So I just wanted to take this time, especially because during these times, even with how COVID and everything's happening, we didn't want to cancel it because you don't know when your last breath is. And I've lost 2 people that should have been here. And so I'm sure those who know Ronnie and I, we love God. And God has done great things in our lives, supernaturally, even with this wedding. And so our joy is the gospel, our peace is God. And so we wanted to let that, in this time while people are looking for hope, for joy, for some type of love, something to look forward to, although we can't make you believe into anything, you can believe whatever you want. But it's to let you know the hope that we have, and what if you're searching, that this is what we're holding on to. And so, with that said, I just wanted to say thank you, because we're understanding how these vows are not just to get in and out and to divorce or anything like that. We're taking this just as seriously, just like our commitment to God is to each other. That's right. And this is just to let you know, honey, that I promise to love you as strong as I love God. And I promise to not, I will do my, sometimes we can fail, but I made my toxic relationship mistakes. And so I'm doing, and I do way better. But I promise not to emasculate you. I promise not to, I want you to be the head. I want you to be the captain. I'm not a slave to you, and I know that, but I trust, because you trust God, that I'm going to follow you, and even if we mess up sometimes, I'm still going to support you. And I know, because we've already had things that when I prayed and I couldn't get it through to you, God got it through to you. For God, because there's things I could have not ever done, but He's always confirmed our unity. And so I dedicate and commit my life to you, and that wherever you go, I will go. You're God, we got the same God, and I'm gonna follow, and I'm gonna respect you. I know I heard that when people say men don't want to just be loved, but they want to be respected. And so I appreciate that you have never put me down. Come on. Ever. Even. And so I'm not going to do that to you too. I'm going to cherish you. Have true trigger. But yes, I love you, and I dedicate my life to God and to you, and that I'm going to support you wherever you go, whatever you do. I love you, and I'm going to respect you, and I want to represent you. I want to be the face of you and us. And I thank you for the team that we are. Because, I've never met a man who prays like you. I've never met a man where we can pray for homeless people together. There's a lot of more selfish people, but you are a giver, and you're a lover. The joy of the Lord is your strength, and even when I'm down, you have brought me up. And so I'm going to do my best, although I think I'm okay, I'm pretty good. And then I'm pretty joyful, So I don't want to make you hate me ever. And so just as long as you let me play and play with me, well, I think we'll be okay. Okay? This is our token of vows together.
Look at this. You're cheating.
You gotta wait.
That was a snack. Okay. All right. And now, likewise, I will ask Ronnie now if he would share his vows with Rose. You may place the ring on her finger. There we go.
As I place this ring on your finger, I just want to say, first off, giving all honor to God. We thank God for our salvation. As you just spoke, honey, wow. I can't help but to just reflect on the place that I come from. When I was in bondage to addiction, I was in bondage to drugs and alcohol. And I kept going back and forth, double-minded, unstable. I was on dope with 2 phones and both of them was broke. I told God that I was gonna need a woman that's a woman after God's own heart, who really knows God, who really can pray. It's gonna take a lot of prayer to keep me out of that silly foolishness. So when God sent you to me, and I remember when we first started building, and you would always ask me to pray a lot. And one time you asked me to pray, and I said, well, you pray first, and then I'll finish. And you start crying tears, and you said, I can't pray out loud. But now, when you pray, you pull the heavens down. You are a prayer warrior, and it was because of your prayers that I am delivered, that I am set free, that I am healed and fully delivered. And I just thank God for your willingness, your obedience. I love the way you love God. I love the way you are that virtuous woman, a woman of moral excellence.
Yes.
And you walk upright before the Lord. No one's perfect, but you have a heart for God's people.
Come on now.
And I've witnessed you give clothes off your back, your last, to people. And I just want to say it's been an honor and a privilege, and I appreciate you and your love for me, and never ever giving up on me, because there's been many times where you could have pulled the plug and just said, forget it. But you know what? You really truly stuck through and endured. And I'm forever grateful. I wrote a little something.
Here it comes. Get ready with the beat.
I remember when we first met, it was a Bible study night, and I was warned deliberately not to speak to you. Our pastor, Charles Taylor, he told me you were off limits. And I just rolled with it. And the understanding came later. Now set apart and set aside, I'm truly in awe of how God sent you to the Right Way Ministries at the right time. Ever since you come into my life, I can see clearer. And what I see is you and I spending the rest of our lives together till eternity. You were the roles that God chose in the completing process of making me whole. I reassure you that I will love and support you and stand in the gap for you, and I will provide a spiritual covering and shelter for you. You will feel secure in my love because I vow to love you as Christ has loved the church.
Amen.
You guys better stop cheating. You already had a snack. They have both changed those rings, you guys, as a symbol of their love and fidelity. And now I want to take this time to start with you, Rose. Rose,